welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll just be doing a quick flip through of my sketchbook with you guys. And before we start, I want to emphasize that this won't be a super professional sketchbook because I'm a beginner. And the second thing is to always remember that no matter what hobby you do, you don't have to be good at it to do it. So a lot of the things here are my process with getting better at drawing. So that's the whole point of the sketchbook, right? You want to progress within it and get better at what you do. So if there are ugly drawings here, that's just part of the process. So let's get started. So this is the first page. I remember I was kind of trying to understand anatomy, which I think I was trying to start to draw the correct way. So I thought I should go for this. And then this one, I was just experimenting with watercolor. Also, because this is like experimentation, some of the drawings are just copied from, for example, Pinterest. Some are mine. So I will try to specify if a drawing is mine or not. This, for example, I believe I took inspiration from an Instagram post or something like that. I don't really remember. And I try to do a similar concept, but I think the colors I chose or like the specific characters here. This is mine. This was my desk at my old room. With this one, I really wasn't trying to make it look good. You can see the proportions are not right, but I was just having fun. A lot of this is just having fun and experimentation. I don't try to pressure myself to make it look super good. This is specifically from a Pinterest post that I saw. So a lot of the big elements here are from the Pinterest post. I believe this one I drew myself. The eye, I think I drew myself. So like I kind of combined, I took the big elements from the Pinterest post and then I kind of, for the small ones, kind of added my own or did something like that. This was when I was doing like a 14-day challenge and I would get like a prompt per day basically. Sometimes I wouldn't wait a day. You can see this day I just did 2 in a row. For example, for this prompt, it's journey. This is just random. And then for this prompt is cloud watching, where you just draw a shape and you have to come up with a drawing based off of that shape. And for example, this is a cell, a bird, a mirror, I don't know what this is, a mushroom. And I also tried to do it here because I kind of messed up with gouache. So I did a fish and this kind of creature that I ended up really enjoying, this little character that I made. This was the other, I think this is one of my favorite spreads. So the other prompt was creatures and the other one was thread. These creatures are from one of my favorite art YouTubers, Pierre Floor, that's her name on YouTube. And I love her art. So this is inspired by her, and these, I think it's kind of what she did for this prompt. Yeah, more drawings. This is the little guy from before, this one. I just try to do maybe like different side profiles of him. This is when I started getting into drawing faces. So I think this one is the most beautiful one. This one I also like. But I think you kind of, once I found out the technique of the nose, like, I don't think you can really go wrong with faces because, for example, even these two, you can see that someone could look like that. So it's not really like a big thing. For example, for this, I would maybe just liked the eyes to be a bit more spaced out. And I was also trying out different hairstyles because I realized I also had never drawn curly or kinky hair before. So I wanted to try it out. This is my attempt to draw rats. They're actually really hard to draw. I don't know why, but I actually like this one. It's kind of cute, and this one too. And here I just made some annotations of what they consist of. This I try to do dragons. This is super goofy. I followed the tutorial on YouTube, but I ended up not liking this one, and I like these ones a lot more. More faces, and I tried to do a bit of watercolor on top. This is, I believe, when I got my Posca pans, so I was really experimenting with them, and I think Poscas are probably still my like favorite medium to draw with. More random things, experimenting with gouache. This I tried to do the same thing for the thread prompt, but as you can see I put too much water, so still figuring it out how to use gouache. This is from a drawing I did back in 2019, and I loved it, and I kind of just thought about it one day and I wanted to recreate it. This is also one of my favorite pages. This is like a sculpture, like, I don't know, it's very big in size. Maybe I can put a photo. And I just try to draw that. And this is just random. I was just having fun with colored pencils and Posca pens. As you can see here, like this one, I was just having fun. Like, I don't like this at all. I think it looks really like childish and silly. I usually like childish things, but not to this extent. Like, I think this looks very like a children cartoon. But I like the hippo and the rhino that I did here, so that's why I'm showing. Yeah, this is also inspired by another YouTuber. Like, she has this like kind of drawing style, but like she also does gouache with colored pencil on top. This is just some urban sketching. These are also inspired by a YouTuber that I was watching a lot of the time. Maybe I should really start putting your references here. I also really like these drawings. This is like when I started to get the gist of gouache, so I was really understanding it. As you can see, I did the shadows right. Yeah, this is just Sunflower by Van Gogh, and I just did it in colored pencil. This is just a random drawing that I saw. This is also from a YouTuber, I believe. I just really like that she drew this in this style specifically. Like, that's what I mean. Like, it looks like childish, let's say, but like I like this. Yeah, this is my own, like, more drawing with pastels, and you can see here that this one I tried to do the same thing but with acrylic, and it didn't really work. So I think for this one, the pastel is better. More faces. This is from an album of my favorite band. I really like this style. I saw this on TikTok, and I really like the style of drawing people, so I did some of that. This is also in the same style previously before. As you can see here, it's inspired by Carissa Chung, so that's the artist, and I think you can find her on YouTube too. This, I just tried to do BB-8. I was babysitting at the time, and this kid was obsessed with Star Wars, so he had this huge, like, BB-8, I don't know, like, toy, very, very big, and I just got home and I wanted to draw it, so that's what I did. This is from a movie called The Mitchells versus the Machines, and this is their evil plan to, like, kill the machines, basically. I was watching it with the kids I was babysitting, and I really like how it looked, so I wanted to draw it on my sketchbook as well. This is also probably one of my favorite pages. I remember I saw this broken butterfly concept on Pinterest with these really psychedelic wings, and I wanted to do a version of that, and I wanted to play around my Posca pans here and then here. I really like drawing cells. I don't know, I just like them, but also general biology. So I remember that day I was doing a reading and studying personality psychology, so I wrote here, personality is made up of the self, personality is made up of id, ego, and superego, and I was just kind of writing it out because I thought it would make this page go really well together. More faces. I don't know what this is. I like this one. I like the hair a lot. And this is my first attempt on drawing a man. This is also one of my favorite pages. I showed this in my last video. This is just a random tulip. For this, I was inspired by The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. I was reading it, and there is this passage of a fig tree. I think you can find these everywhere. And I wanted to draw that because it inspired me so much. And as you can see, I drew a lot of figs with a tree here, and then I was listening to Carry Me Home by Red Chili Peppers, and this is kind of how the song makes me feel, so that's why I drew these shapes, and I thought it would go well with the tree, so it's kind of like my own concept. Then I got really into drawing flowers, as you can see here. And this is the last one that I did. Still was obsessed with flowers. And you can see I haven't touched my sketchbook in a long, long time. Around this time, I was in exchange, and I just maybe didn't gravitate towards drawing, or didn't really want to draw, let's say. But you can see I still have a lot to go in the sketchbook, but I don't try to pressure myself into finishing it like as soon as possible, because I think I shouldn't pressure myself to do my hobbies. I think they come and go as they please. And drawing is something I know I always get back to, or like painting or things like this. I always get back to it. So I don't want to put this pressure on myself to do it every day or something like that, unless I feel like it. But other than that, I don't. So that was my sketchbook tour. I hope that you enjoyed, and that maybe this made you feel inspired to start your own journey of drawing or any creative expression. Feel free to subscribe. I usually post a lot of videos, weekly videos about journaling. So if that's something you're interested in, please subscribe, like the video, and I will see you in the next one.